What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let's Just Talk About The Last of Us, right? So, like I said the last video, if you watched it, I appreciate you guys. I got a pretty decent amount of views. You know, it's not what I normally do, so I will understand why people shied away from it. But those who didn't, thank you. I'm gonna keep this going. Like I said, it's gonna be dropping every Wednesday. That gives people enough time to finish The Last of Us, right? Not finish The Last of Us, but of course, finish that episode that comes out on Sunday. So again, we're back with another one. And this time we're talking about episode 3. And we're going to focus on something that people might have questions about, who might have concerns about, and it's the change they made. Like we talked about last 2 episodes, they were pretty much on point with the game and the show. But just like in movies, just like superhero movies, Marvel movies, etc., they do not stick to the exact script from the comics, right? They give you some context between them all. So let's talk about these guys right here. Let's talk about baby. Let's talk about Bill and Frank. Bill and Frank. So, in the video game, if you're playing it, before we get started, I'm sorry, we're already a minute in. Spoilers alert. Spoiler alert. Giving you time. That was giving you time to pause, walk away, go watch the episode, or if you want to play the game and you don't want to get spoilers on the game, that too. So, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Bill and Frank. Why was this made this way in the series so different than in the show, than in the game? So again, I go back, I watch the show, I listen to the podcast, and I just share my opinions and my thoughts on how I believe they did so good in that, and how, like, if I disagree with something in the podcast, they don't care. But I'm gonna share my opinion as well. And I actually liked how they did this. So in the game, Bill is gay. Let's get that clear. He does not go out. You do not really see it like you see it in the show. But Bill is gay. So before you go and say, because I know there's people out there like that. Oh man, you like why do you always gotta whatever? Why do you always gotta change the character? Okay, Bill's gay. Let's get that straight. But they showed us, because in the game, let's talk about the game. I'm sorry, I gotta be more prepared for this, but I'm talking out of passion more than just like facts and details and stuff like that. So these are mostly opinions, some facts, some opinions. So in the game, this is a fact. You learn about Frank when we find him hung. He hung himself because he got bitten and he didn't want to turn and whatnot. So he decided to take his own life. Right? Something like that. In some sense, but he hung himself. And when Joel says, "Did you know this guy?" he goes, "Yes, that was my partner," as he's cutting them down from, cutting down the rope. Now in the show, this is what's so amazing about this show. They freaking hit us with, like I said, there's stuff in the past, like, there's great at filling in gaps, like they said in the last episode. You play the video game, you can just run through the whole video game and probably finish it in one day, if possible. But they gotta give us some in between, so they gave us a whole episode of Bill and Frank and who they are, how they met, what their lives together were. So we can see how upset he was, because even though how devastated he was to find his partner hanging, right? So I love how they give us that, but in this, they changed it. They changed it up. Ellie didn't get to meet Bill. We, as the fans, got to meet Bill. That's what draws us in, man. That's what draws us in and feel like we're a part of this. So I love that whole concept. I'm sorry I took the candy. I thought I'd be able to speak and leave the candy in my mouth, but I have to constantly move it. I'll just start drooling. I can't just let it sit there. The juices start melting and anywho. What a great episode this was. Don't y'all think? And let me know in the comments, man. I keep saying man, I don't know why. Y'all let me know in the comments because I can't be the only one nerding out about this. I made this so for that nerd who's nerding out like me can nerd with me. So, you got a friend? You got a family member? You got a loved one that loves The Last of Us as much as I do and many others? Share this video with them. Please share this video with them. Because we can nerd out together. This one I'm keeping it shorter than the other one. The other one was like 14 minutes long. And you know what? I was more prepared for this one than the other one. And I'm just running out of... Not really running out of things to say. So, we finally get that, right? We get Bill. We get to see what he did. But before that, we get to see Joel and Ellie trying to coexist, right? Because remember in the last episode, we left off with Joel just walking away from Ellie as Tess just blew up behind them. And all those, they're not clickers. They are whatever they are, zombies. I don't like to call them zombies though. They're infected. It's like zombies. I don't know. It's just they're different, you know. It's with the fungus and all. But let's call them zombies from here on out. I know they have a name for them. My mind is blank, but we start off with that, right? We start off with them, you know. She says, "Hey, you chose this, right?" Ellie's letting him know because I know we all know deep down inside she feels guilty for this. Because of her, not really, but because they have to transport her, Tess died. But she reminded him, and that was bossy. You know, hey, you guys made this choice, not me. I had no say in the matter, right? She had to be taken. She was so supposedly special. They can find possibly a cure with her because she's immune to it. So we finally get them alone, which is what I've been waiting for as a fan. I just cannot wait for this relationship to grow into kind of more of a father-daughter, best friends relationship. And that's why I'm in for the roller coaster. Just to relive the moments that gave me the awes and the heartbreaks, all of it. I want to relive them again, but this time I get to relax, sit back, not stress out about Tess and Ellie getting me killed with the clickers because they were making too much noise because they took a shot when we were supposed to be sneaky when they whatever y'all that's for another game. That's for another day. But I streamed the game, so I'm replaying it. I'm playing it by chapters. So whenever episode 3 just ended, tomorrow I'm playing it until I get to the part where the show left off, which is another amazing thing that you can do because you know clear as day. Oh shoot, this is a scene from the game. So now when I go play it, I remember the last scene, how the episode ended, and I can just pause. Why am I doing that? Because my mind is not as fresh since I beat the game when it first came out. On the month that it came out, probably took me like 3 days to beat it. So my mind is not fresh. My mind is a little blurry. So I want to have that. Oh crap! I had forgotten about this. So I can have that moment with the new fans. Did y'all know that the show grew at 37% with fandom because of episode 3? Episode 1 got 9 out of 10 from IGN. Episode 2 got 9 out of 10, and this one got a 10 out of 10 because there was action, there was love, there was, you know, they were open out there. They really were. But anyways, guys, man, again, amazing, amazing show. I almost gave it a 9 out of 10 myself. So I'll give you guys my opinions at the end as well. I almost gave this episode a 9 out of 10. But once listening to the podcast and thinking, hey, that is true. That is why they did this. That's why we got a whole Bill and Frank episode. That's why we didn't see Ellie and Joel. They were giving us a little background as in why, even as a fan of the game, who the show before the show came, he hung himself. We kind of like get like, oh shoot, they had this much of an intimate relationship. It couldn't have been easy for him to see him hanging there. But in the show, y'all know, they died together like Romeo and Juliet. Not like it because it was an accident in Romeo and Juliet, right? If I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I gave it a 10 out of 10 as well. I had to. I just had to. Like, you let me know what you think. The comments are like right here, or right here, right here, right here, wherever you have it, or right there if you're watching on a mobile phone. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if it's there, but I know on PC, computer, laptop is right here. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching again. This one's 6 minutes shorter, but 6 minutes shorter because as much as I was prepared, there was not really much to talk about, but Frank and Bill. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about next. Let me know if you guys want me to get into more like Q&As and I don't know. Anyways, I'll keep brainstorming. I'll keep thinking about how to better these episodes every single Wednesday. So you are watching it now on a Wednesday, but being recorded on a Tuesday. On Tuesday. That way it gives you guys time to. It gives y'all Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to do 3 things. 2 things. Watch the show, listen to a podcast. Yeah, so 2 things. And then watch me on Wednesday. So 3 things. There you go. Boom. Catch y'all on that flippity flip. Peace.